Sorry, guys.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay. Would you all please remain standing and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance, please? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
I would just like to say it's 8:59.
All righty, guys. Good time. I would like to welcome you to the Board of Supervisors meeting this August 1st, 2023. Do we have any changes to the tentative agenda?
I have not.
Next, meet with department heads, elected officials. Rodney Bleasner, maintenance.
Good morning, just really busy. Still got the siding project out the jail going on. They're working on, still gonna take a little while, but they're moving right along. Other than that, I have nothing new to report.
Christopher Miller, Health Department.
Good morning. We're also keeping busy. Last week we were set up at the first aid table at the county fair. We did see some folks out there. It was exceptionally hot, so we were able to kind of help them get cooled off a little bit. We are adding some additional clinics for our back to school things. We're getting inundated with lots of calls, so we have added some clinic days. So if people need to get immunizations done, to give us a phone call, and if, because a lot of our days have already filled up, we are adding days as we need to. We're participating at the National Night Out tonight, and gonna have a booth set up there and be available for if people have questions about immunizations, and we're gonna offer the COVID vaccine as well. So, and then last week we had the Board of Health meeting, and the Board of Health discussed, previously they had asked the Board of Supervisors regarding a vaping ordinance. At that point in time, it was decided to do a position statement. They are again exploring, trying to get some information on that, as far as how many young people in the county are affected by that, and kind of get a general idea. They're working with Chris Kempker from the Iowa State Extension Office, and so at this time, it's just an information gathering, but they may down the road ask for a work session on that.
Okay. Thank you for that. Chris Lee, Conservation.
Good morning. We too will be at National Night Out tonight. Looking forward to that. Our park ranger, Ryan, will be down there. And then just get things together for our summer celebration event, which is next Saturday, not this coming Saturday, but next Saturday. Open house event there at Stars Cave, kind of a last hoorah before kids start going back to school and all that kind of stuff, and summer winds down. So, look forward to that.
Sounds good. Angie Bond, Safety.
Good morning. He's depressing me with hearing the summer winding down. We've been busy, but I really don't have anything to add today.
Okay, that's good. Doug Irvine, Des Moines County Jail.
Good morning. We've been keeping busy also. We have 81 total inmates as of this morning. We're down to 7 in Lee County, and there's 3 Lee County juvenile, so a total of 10 out of the county. So those numbers are looking better. Not good, but better. I would also like to promote National Night Out. The Sheriff's Department, jail staff will be down there. We'll have our boat, K9, squad cars. Hopefully all the kids can come by, and adults meet some law enforcement officials. We'll also have some giveaways. So everybody wants some swag. So for kids and
Little
adults.
baby soaps and toothbrushes like
Yeah,
you
we
gave
got
me,
it.
buddy. You're
We
gonna
had
get
some
people
good-
lining up all night at your booth, bud.
Some good stuff. Also on the agenda, Darlene Fox, her retirement's on there. Like to congratulate her on her retirement, both a sad day and a happy day for us, because she's a very good employee. And where she's moving on to next, we wish her the best of luck, and let them know that they're getting a good worker. The Sheriff's Department has hired Ken Zahner. He brings 30 years experience from the Burlington PD as a certified deputy, or as a deputy he is certified. He'll be doing some transports for the jail also, so we'd like to welcome him, and he brings a lot of experience over to the sheriff's office.
Is that Kenny's honor from the Burlington Police Department?
Yes.
All right.
I've got a quick question. They're both canines are gonna be down there?
No, I think, well.
I'm just wondering if you have to separate them a little bit. I'm assuming they're both alphas.
I think they can get along there.
I just wondered.
All right, Trent Hinkleman, County Attorney's Office.
Hello, yes, so, sorry for being here a little bit late. I'm just getting back from vacation, so it's not through all emails yet. So I'll get a hold of almost all of you on different matters. But we've got National Night Out proclamation. That's gonna happen tonight. We're gonna have the grand prize game again, like from the Bozo Show. Kids love it. So, like you tell them the Bozo Show, they look at you like you're funny because they never heard of it, but they love playing it and trying to throw the ball in those little buckets. So that'll be our piece of that pie. Other than that, nothing further to report.
Okay. Natalie Steffner, Recorder's Office.
Good morning. I've been out at the fair for the past few days. Yes, it was very warm. Nice to see those kids and their hard work, but just business as usual in the recorder's office. Nothing new to share.
Brooke, do you have anything to tell us from the Veterans Affairs?
Last week I was set up out at the county fair doing outreach. Again, super hot out there, but we had a lot of people through our booths, so that was good. Other than that, nothing new.
Okay, Des Moines County, yeah, whatever the new name is, Mental Health.
Health Agency of Southeast Iowa.
There you go, something like that, there you go. You almost got it.
Almost.
All right.
So we are officially 1 month into the new region. We've made it through our first claims cycle. I wanna give kudos to the auditor's office, they're amazing to work with. I really bombarded them with a whole bunch of claims this go around and appreciate all their help. Couldn't have done it without them. Bob Lincoln stopped by my office yesterday afternoon. Everything looks like it's on the go for tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock for the mobile crisis response. So we're excited about that, getting that program up, and that's the update on us.
All right. Gina Harden, you got anything to say today?
I do, actually.
Well, let's hear from you. You're running out of time to talk. You'll be leaving us soon, so that's what I meant.
Get a little bit, put up with me.
We'll be glad to.
We will also be at National Night Out tonight. We're gonna have our Wheel of Disaster. The kids spin it, answer a question, and they get a prize, so, it's a huge attraction, it makes lots of noise, so, kids really enjoy that. And I'm still working with Iowa Homeland Security and Emergency Management to get in the public assistance request for the flood of 2023 that we had this spring. They're still gathering the data from all of the counties, but they think, we've met the Des Moines County minimum for our losses, and they were trying to make the state minimum. They think they have done that. They asked for an extension from FEMA until August 4th to get that request in. So hopefully this week it'll be submitted, and hopefully we'll get a quick approval, and we could start working with the entities here in the county to get reimbursed for their losses and expenses during the flood. So keep our fingers crossed on that one. And then lastly, I have a couple of personnel items on the agenda. One is that Cindy Bowen's last day was yesterday, but I'm proud to announce and brought her along. Shannon Prado has taken her place, and hope everybody gets a chance to meet her, and she's very enthusiastic and doing great as well. 3 days training with Cindy, so hopefully she'll do great. So welcome.
Welcome aboard, Sean.
Thank you.
Do you want to say anything besides thanks? Just want to make sure.
No?
We're sure your actions will speak louder than your words. Jared, land use.
Good morning, Land Use Department, pretty much keeping busy as usual. I don't have anything special to report here and nothing on the agenda today. I know we're planning on having a work session for the solar ordinance later this month. So apart from that, I don't have anything else to report right now.
Sarah Marie, auditor.
Good morning. Just keeping busy as usual. A lot of things going on, but nothing new to report at this time.
Okay. Brian Carter, county engineer.
Good morning. I'd like to thank Jared for using up my time last week. And I would comment that even though I was sitting in a meeting, I was streaming the board meeting last week, and I could hear fairly well, especially what the board had to say.
I think Tom said it, so anyway.
Anyway, project's going along well. Highway 99 project is making good progress. Got a lot of concrete onto the ground the last week or two. Poured, I believe, yesterday, and I think they're planning on another pour this afternoon. So everything they're doing right now is on the north end. Had a few questions about the possibility of the Walker Road traffic being able to use the north end a little bit earlier than everything else, and I said that was up to the contractor. There's a slight chance, but there's certainly no guarantees. So we're still cranking along. There's still a lot of work to be done, but it is nice to see the progress. I think they were gonna start demoing the old bridge today. That landscape's really gonna change once that comes out. So that's continuing on. The bridge that our guys are working on 190th is in the tail end stages, so hopefully that'll open up maybe this week or next week. So I'll get you guys out there sometime and take a look at that. Other than that, plenty of stuff going on. Still working on plans for the ARPA bridges, I guess is what I'll call them. In the environmental permit stages right now, actually, I think the plans are probably coming along very well, and working on some other bridge plans also. Plenty of stuff to go on. So everything we're doing now is geared towards the next couple years, which takes a while. So other than that, I think we're good.
Brian, are they working, doing some work down on the bridge on Danville Blacktop?
Are they, as far as they're north of Danville?
Yeah.
They're
doing some dirt work down there?
So so we have 4 bridges very aggressively in the works of sets of plans. 2 of them are bridge deck replacements, which that is one of them. At least 3 of the sites, when we go and build, whether it be an all-new bridge or whether it be a brand-new bridge deck, we have to upgrade it to the new guardrail standards. And what's happening is the new guardrail standards are longer. Every time you turn around, they're longer. So in that situation, in that bridge, they would have severed the 2 driveways on the north end of the bridge. So we went in with our own crew. We were doing the ditching project, still are doing a ditching project on Beaverdale and hauling the dirt one way or the other. So I diverted our trucks, and we actually went ahead and widened the driveways with the dirt that we were moving and with our own crew to get that done and out of the way, so that it wasn't an extra add-on and an extra time period on that project. So that's what you're seeing, is just the driveways getting widened. Very similar to something we did down in Upper Flint where I showed you that. Exact same reasoning. We widened the driveway down there. It's a year or 2 early, but it's because of the guardrail is going to cross that driveway, so we're keeping those accessible, I guess. So that's what you're seeing on the north end of that bridge, is just our crews came in and widened some driveways for the future project. That way, when we come along and do the work, the farmer, if he needs it, and they don't use those real often in that location, but if they need it, the driveway would still be usable, as opposed to having it completely closed during the whole project, whenever that project comes along, which may be a year away on that one, but that's what you're seeing there. So no, I guess, work on the bridge itself, but kind of prep work ahead of the bridge project.
Okay.
stopped for coffee this morning, they asked me about it. I
Just,
said
that's,
I really don't know for sure, but I'll find out.
what that is, it was just driveway widening, contacted both landowners,
Yeah.
let them know what we were gonna do. Pretty much got in and got out, actually. If the weather had been right, we would've had it seeded and everything, it probably would be growing grass already at this point, but, and that's why we're doing it, so it's not part of it, but it's because of it.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm a little slow today. Can't remember your name. but-
Teresa.
Teresa, do you got anything you wanna say?
I think Doug covered it all for the sheriff's office, so.
All right, well, we appreciate Doug for covering it.
You know, the only thing he didn't cover, he said he's gonna have
Please.
a prize. I thought maybe he's gonna have a drawing for that Corvette he drives around.
Come to National Night Out, maybe it'll be there.
Come to family night, there you go.
Nice, Tommy. If I can piggyback on what Patty was saying, would you give one of those to Bob, maybe both Bobs want one of those? And those of you who have been to these meetings have heard us talk about a mobile crisis service. The mental health region and along with law enforcement, we've been trying to get this started to track one for years. And like Patty said, tomorrow at 7 a.m., we will start one. So, the gist of it is if somebody's in a mental health crisis, they can call, all the information's in there, and there's flyers over there if anybody's interested. They can call 988, or there's another number. They can have a two-person team there within an hour that can assess your condition, can recommend, and very likely get you into a facility. It would take the pressure off law enforcement. They can perform, there's some sort of an assessment that has to legally be performed before anybody can be committed. They can perform that. I'm not gonna try to explain it. We wanna get those in as many hands as we can. And for any press that is here or is listening, the person for Elevate that is in charge of this is Jennifer Stevenson. Her number is 319-464-2390. I did not steal that. She would be happy to explain that service to any press. So please feel free to give her a call, and we want people to be aware that this service is available as soon as we can get the word out there, because I'm excited about it, law enforcement's excited about it, the region's excited about it, so we think this is gonna be a deal. So that's all
Well, thank you for bringing that up. That's plenty good. And it is gonna be great for us. We're blessed to have it going. Jimmy, were you gonna say something? I thought you were, okay. I thought you were gonna say something. I wanna make sure I didn't miss you.
Waving at you.
Just waving to, wave back to you, Jim. All right. Okay, well, moving on then. We have any correspondence, gentlemen?
I have none.
I have none.
Okay. Well, we do have one correspondence that we'll read. Des Moines County Auditor says, Des Moines County Supervisors, we again want to thank you for your generous donation to the Danville Station. Your donation over the years has helped us create a very busy library for our town with activities each month for children as well as adults to enjoy. A museum that visitors from every state in our nation, as well as several international guests, have toured and given us rare reviews, saying it is a gem for our state. And now our vision of pre-World War II rail car is coming to a reality, as it will be delivered in August. Wow. Your donation will go toward building a structure around it to protect it from the weather elements, as well as adding additional exhibits of the Holocaust. Again, thank you for believing in our project. Janet Hessler, the curator of the Anne Frank Pen Pal Connection.
Speaking of waiting for something, they've been trying to get this. This is one of the rail cars they use to transport Holocaust victims. That they would load people up in train cars and transport them to concentration camps. So,
Didn't they put this together like in Germany or something to?
well, I don't know if they could answer the questions. They've been working on this for years as well, so this is a little publicity wouldn't hurt that, and anybody that would be interested in seeing that.
It's a fabulous museum. You go through the Anne Frank part of it. A few years ago, they had a Holocaust survivor. They had this woman, she was like 80, 85 years old. And so I drove up there for the evening. There was standing room only, and you could hear a pin drop. It was, I just wanted to, that's a deal.
I will say that they've just about got that done. They've been working on that, getting platform and everything for this rail car. But living in Danville, when I go home, a lot of times during school year, I see buses from Illinois, Missouri, all over. You know, even down around Wentzville, Missouri, they come up to see this little museum in this town, and it's unbelievable. If anybody's never been there, they ought to go there and just read this. These are actual letters that Anne Frank wrote to a pen pal that lived in Danville. So they started this museum. It's amazing. It's amazing what a little library they do have in town. It's got more history than that little library than this library over here across the street's got. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do you know their hours, Jim?
Not for sure. I could, if I told you, it'd probably be wrong. But,
Or they change it on him just so he could be wrong, but anyway.
I'll go on.
But it's something everybody ought to see.
Do you have a Facebook page?
They do. And that rail car did come through Germany. Like you said, this was the third one that they went through the process of trying to get. And there was a couple in Germany who had done it before for the Holocaust Museum, one of the Holocaust museums in Germany. And so we contracted through them. So that's where they were the ones that were able to find it. They had it brought into where they were at, and then they refurbished it there in Germany. Now it's being transported over. So you're correct, Shane. That's how this got done.
Looks like they're open from 2 to 5 on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and 2 to 6 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then on Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1, and they're closed on Sundays.
Okay. And thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Sarah, as well. It's quite your deal. Again, they get international visitors for that, so that tells you something how good they're doing down there. So we're gonna move on to discussion and vote. We're gonna start off with 5A accounts payable claims. This is in the amount of checks, the amount of $647,351.56, and wire transfer payments in the amount of $220,067.35 for the grand total of $867,418.91. Can I get a motion to approve accounts payable?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes. Next, we have a proclamation for National Night Out. Whereas the National Association of Town Watch sponsors a national community building campaign on Tuesday, August 1st, 2023, entitled National Night Out. And whereas the National Night Out campaign provides an opportunity for neighbors in Des Moines County and the greater Burlington area to join over 38 million neighbors across 16,000 communities from all 50 states, U.S. territories, and military bases worldwide. Whereas National Night Out is an annual community building campaign that promotes strong police-community partnerships and neighborhood camaraderie to make our neighborhoods safer and more caring places to live and work. And whereas neighbors of the greater Burlington area assist local law enforcement agencies through joint community building efforts and support National Night Out 2023. And whereas it is essential that all neighbors of Des Moines County and the greater Burlington area come together with law enforcement and work together to build a safer, more caring community. And now therefore, we, the Board of Supervisors for Des Moines County, Iowa, do hereby call upon the citizens of Des Moines County to join the Des Moines County Attorney's Office and the Burlington Police Department and the National Night Association Town Watch in support for National Night Out on Tuesday, August 1st, 2023. Further, let it be resolved that we, the Board of Supervisors for Des Moines County, Iowa, do hereby proclaim Tuesday, August 1st, 2023, as National Night Out in Des Moines County, Iowa.
For the proclamation.
Second,
Second.
Sarah Marie.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes.
I don't know if anybody said it or not, but that's from 6 PM to 8 PM tonight. You know, the time got out there.
Thanks, Doug.
And just want to give a thank you to all of those that, so you want me to stamp one of these then, or what?
Both of them, please.
All right. For all of those that are being a part of that and helping out, it was a great time last year, and I'm sure it's going to be even greater this year, so. Get out there and support it. Way down there. I'm down at the bottom. Can we move it up? Let's blend it in with the clip. Okay, we've got some personnel actions we're gonna get taken care of today. The first one is for the emergency management. We have two, we'll do those both together. The first one is for Shannon Prado. She's here. She is the Assistant Volunteer Coordinator. She's a new hire, 28 hours per week. Her rate of pay is $18.75. And we are glad to have you. And also, the second one is for Cindy Bowen. Her title is Assistant Volunteer Coordinator, and she's retired, effective 7/31/2023. I get a motion to approve both?
I would make a motion to approve both with a thank you to Cindy and a welcome to Shannon.
I will second everything you just said.
All 30, but my third don't count. Sarah Marie?
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yes.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
She's smiling. Let's see how long that lasts. I'm just kidding.
It's all good, Shane, it's all good.
All right. I'm just kidding. We're glad to have you. Next, we have three from the sheriff's office. And we'll do all three of those at the same time as well. The first one is for Kenny Zoner, titled Deputy. He is a new hire at 80 hours. Okay, it says new hire and check off 80 hours. The new rate is $69,469.41. Effective hire date is August 21st, 2023. Okay. The second one is for John Gates. He's the title deputy at the sheriff's office. He is a salary adjustment for 74.77 hours and a 24-month increase. That's what it is. His previous rate was $60,554.40. His new rate is $63,918.55, effective August 23rd, 2023. And then the third one is Xander Schweiss, titled deputy at the sheriff's office. Salary adjustment for 74.77 hours, and that is also a 24-month step increase as well. His previous rate was $60,554.40. His new rate is $63,918.55. Can I get a motion to approve all three?
Move it. Approve all three.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie?
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yep. Let's give it a little light. Give it a light.
You think?
Yeah, a little bit.
Push a little harder.
Thank you, sir. Well, basically put my back into it.
That's the outer speed.
Put your back into it. Bless your heart.
We can't just be buying ink.
She's a sweetheart. Put your back
You
into
are
it.
using elbow.
Enough said. Don't embarrass me, Tom. Don't embarrass me. Enough said. All righty. All right, we also have 4 for the correctional center. We'll do all of those at once as well. The first one is for Holly Carpenter. She's a correctional officer, full-time. It's her anniversary, 36 months, step increase. Her pay has gone from, her new rate of pay is $47,733.07. Looks like it went down. All right, we're saving money. I don't know what that means, but they got the wrong number or something. But anyways, are we deducting now?
I don't think my name's on that one, is it?
No, I think what happened was it didn't get turned in before the July 1st step increase, so I think it's just gotta get done for her file.
All righty then. Okay. Well, good then. The rate of pay is $47,733.07, and that is right. It was 46. I thought it was an 8. I'll say, wow, man, we need more employees like that. They love their jobs.
A couple of them out there.
I always trick them when I put these in.
You give them the little bar soap with a toothbrush? You should be ashamed. The next one we have is Rita Forker. She's the kitchen assistant cook. It's her anniversary, and she gets a 3-month step increase. She's going from $9.36 an hour to $10.26, and we appreciate her as well. Effective June 26th, 2023. Then we have Jalen Lacey. He is some names for me. I don't want to.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a correctional officer, full-time. It's his anniversary. He's getting a 6-month step increase. His pay is going from $42,706.67 to $43,808.05, effective July 25th, 2023. And then finally, we have Darlene Fox, correctional officer, full-time. She's retiring. We appreciate you, Darlene. Effective August 3rd, 2023. Can I get a motion to approve all 4 of these?
Motion to approve all 4 with a thank you to Darlene.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Yeah, put my back into it.
Attaboy.
Well, I still think we need to eat, but bless your heart. Anything to save a buck. Tom, I said, the ink's starting to get weak. He said, it worked fine when I was sitting in the chair. So anyways, I'll just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. All right. This brings us to reports. For reports, we have the Dewey Buyer Trust, quarter ending 6/30/2023, with the total market value of $1,978,212.65. This will be on file in the auditor's office, and you can check it out at any time at your leisure. Sarah Marie would be glad to give you all the information on that. Wouldn't you, Sarah Marie?
Absolutely.
All righty. And speaking of Sarah Marie, it's her birthday. I don't know how old she is. Maybe she'll tell you. Bless her heart.
I don't know either.
Well,
Well,
these
if
are a
there's
couple of people around
supervisors
here.
meeting, does that mean the supervisor's gonna sing happy birthday to you?
Nope.
Aren't there HIPAA rules about that?
Correct.
She can't give her age. I don't think she would anyways. Alrighty then. Next we have minutes for the regular meeting on July 25th, 2023. We've gone through them and we all agreed that the minutes are fine. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Moved in second. Sarah Marie.
Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Tom Broker?
Yes.
Shane McCampbell?
Putting my back into it, yeah. Sir. We're coming down to a close. Do we have other business? Gentlemen,
I have none.
I have none.
future agenda items? Just a work session coming up for
Yes.
solar and
Animal control.
senior citizen center.
When's that one?
Animal control or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably the second week of August, but I'm still trying to.
So
get
next
my
week?
info.
Next week then?
No, it'll be the week after. I
committee reports.
I attended a meeting of the Southeast Iowa Riverboat Commission, Southeast Iowa Regional Riverboat Commission. I'm a non-voting ex officio member of the commission. Some years ago, they decided that they should have representatives on those commissions, elected representatives of the entities that receive those funds. And incidentally, we're the only members that don't have to go through the background check. There were some people that thought that was because we didn't get to vote, but there was a lot of talk that they didn't think they could find any elected officials that could pass a background. So I don't know the truth or how it happened. Somehow they shook out. That's all I
Was this
got.
specifically just you, or?
I don't believe I need to address that.
It wasn't Tom, he's just guilty by association, he hung out with ironworkers, but anyway.
I attended a Southeast Iowa Regional Planning by Zoom, and Jared gave a good update on the upcoming stuff, so.
Got a couple new plans finalized, the transportation improvement program for our region for 24 to 27, and then our regional long-range transportation development plan. There's a lot of work getting that updated, but that's now in effect. So the culmination of a lot of work getting those together. So.
Thanks, Jared.
Yeah, Jared, we appreciate all that you do. Okay, now we're gonna give you just a chance for public input. Is there anybody here that is sitting with us that has anything to say? You guys have been a lovely crowd today. Alrighty then, so we're going to give the public here a chance to call in. You can call us at 319-753-8203 extension 4. Again, that number is 319-753-8203 extension 4. Sarah Marie will be glad to take your call. Or you can email us at board@dmcounty.com. Again, that is board@dmcounty.com. We're gonna have Jimmy set the alarm, and we're gonna give you 2 minutes now. We'd love to hear from you.
I had one thing to add, I guess. I was contacted by the DOT's contractor on the bypass up by Mediapolis, and sounds like they're getting ready to pour a bridge deck, one of the bridge decks. So they requested to close Mediapolis Road during that time period, so if there was some version of a failure, it obviously wouldn't put folks on Mediapolis Road in danger. So I would guess maybe as early as Friday, might see a full closure of Mediapolis Road for a portion of a day. Still waiting to get some more information out of them, and then they're hoping to maybe do the second bridge deck within roughly a week of the first one. So just a heads up, we'll send out press releases once we know more, and ultimately it's a DOT project. It's just gonna be a Mediapolis Road that gets closed because of it, which isn't the first time. It's been closed a couple times during work. So just, I guess, as a heads up, if you hear about it or see anything or whatever.
You're not expecting that full closure to be longer than a day?
Actually, their intention is to only close it while they're working directly over top of it, and once they're beyond, they should open it back up. So I don't even think it'll be a full day. I think it'll be a portion of a day, but I've asked for more rough timing and I hadn't heard anything, but just thought I'd give you guys a little bit more information on that, since it might happen before the next board meeting.
Can I remind people again, it's National Night Out tonight. Those that, if you're looking for something good to do, it's a great way to spend some family time and get to know some of your, some people that are doing things and protecting you and keeping you safe in the community. It's a phenomenal time. Are they gonna, Tom, are you gonna be in the dunk tank tonight?
I doubt it.
Shane? I thought your wife signed you up. But anyway, Sarah Marie, what are those hours again? Do you have those hours?
6 to 8.
6 to 8 for National Night Out tonight. Tom? Time's up?
Time's up.
That's your 2 minutes, Des Moines County. And again, if you missed the phone call, you can email us anytime you want, or stop us when we're on the streets. We'd love to hear from you, all that good stuff. With an aye, we're adjourned.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're adjourned. Next, we have a work session with the department heads and payroll personnel. We're gonna take a break. We'll be back in 5. workers' comp, payroll. So, who's starting this party off?
I guess I can.
Okay.
So the biggest thing with this is I just kind of wanted to get everybody together because with the new handbook, I don't think we have really discussed a whole lot of work comp stuff, or I don't think a lot of the department heads were, or some of you that do payroll were involved with the handbook stuff. So work comp is a little bit different than what it used to be. It's not the same. I know like in the past, it used to be you just kind of kept paying everybody their wages and just kind of rolled with it, and they turned their work comp check in, and it doesn't work that way any longer. So I just wanted to kind of bring it up and make sure that everybody knows that it does not work that way anymore. So I put the section out there in the email, and I have it here in front of me. I don't know, I didn't make copies of any of this. But did anybody have a chance to read through it and see how it works?
No, you're gonna tell us.
Huh?
I said, no, you're gonna tell us.
Oh.
This is gonna be exciting today. Alrighty then. Come on, Sarah Marie, break it down.
All right, let me just read it for you.
Read it with it.
Okay, so day 1 through 3, the employee uses sick leave for the first 3 days. If the employee is not off work for more than 14 days, it appears the employee is eligible only for the sick leave during these first 3 days. The employee would still be eligible for benefits under 2 below these days 4 through 14. If the employee is off for more than 14 calendar days, then work comp comes in and pays for the first 3 days. The employer would then reinstate the employee's sick leave days that are no longer used. As an example, if the employee was out 20 days and used 100% sick leave for those 3 days, the county would need to go in and reinstate or increase the sick leave those 3 days, so they'd get those 3 days back, and then the employee would not need to take those days as sick leave. But, so example, like if you'll get your 63% for work comp, and you can use your sick leave to make sure you get 100% pay. But the county is not paying you 100% pay while you're off, basically, is how it is. You can turn your work comp check in still, but you're not getting 100% pay while you're off work, is how it works.
What percent do you get?
63.
So you don't keep that check, you still turn it in, but the county writes you another check?
Right, so, well, and I guess work comp pays you 63%, so I
Right.
guess if you wanna keep that 63% check work comp gives you, that's fine, just let us know, so that way we can correct it on our end with payroll. Either way, but if you wanna get your full 100%, you can use sick leave, you can use vacation pay, however you wanna do and make it up that way, and then you can get your full 100,
So they just need to use 27% of a sick day?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
And they need to notify payroll
37.
in writing.
Whatever, I don't.
That
Doug doesn't do math. But yeah, just notify us in writing and let us know, so that way we know what's going on, so that way we know if you're gonna use sick pay, whatever, to make up the difference, and you're gonna give us your check, so that way we know if we're getting a check in, and we know whether to, cause we always run behind on payroll, so we don't know if we're gonna be getting the work comp check in the office and to still pay the person as normal, or how that's gonna work. So, just communication is number one.
So to clarify the way I understand it, work comp doesn't pay for the first 3 days unless you're injured more than, or unless you're off work more than 14 days or 14 days or more, and then they come back and you get that 3 days, right?
Correct.
So then.
Well, after the first 3 days. So if you are off on day 4, then they come back and cover those 3 days. If you're off longer than
Oh, okay, if you're off more than, if you're off
day
more
4
than.
through 14 is
4
where
through
they
14,
start.
they pick up those 3 days.
Yes. Not off work more than 14 days.
Because it says if the employee is not off work for more than 14 days, then it appears the employee is eligible only for sick leave during
Okay,
these,
so yeah, you're right. Yep.
during the first 3.
So they have to be off more than 14 to get the first 3, but anyway, so then you would go back and you would,
Get your 3 days back after 14.
yeah.
Well, at least it's not complicated.
My only question was though, on the deal, wouldn't we wanna have it uniform, have everybody doing the same thing
Right.
on how we handle that with the 63% if we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, as far as giving
Because
checks
if-
back or?
If there's a 14-day time period, there's gonna always be a pay event before you know for sure you're gonna hit that 15th day. So they're gonna have to submit for pay, I imagine using all sick leave to make sure the employee gets paid. And then after the fact, you're saying that 63%, now you want recaptured, or how, you get what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Who's paying the 4 through 14 days, the county or
Well-
work comp?
So if work comp steps in and pays something, then you get a work comp check. If you're off obviously extensive and you keep getting work comp checks, they bring those into the auditor's office and then we take those and we pay you a normal paycheck. So, but that work comp check's only 63%. So you could either choose to keep your 63%.
So what I'm hearing is a check after that 14th day,
Mhm.
day 15, whatever, then insurer cuts a hard paper check
Mm-hmm.
and sends it to the employee.
Yes.
So then we're wanting the employee to bring that check back in and turn it into the county.
Yes. Your first check almost always has to because payroll runs behind 2 weeks. So if you're off only that 14 days, you're gonna be behind. So that first check, you're gonna almost always have to because you're not gonna know how many days you're gonna be off. So we're gonna pay you,
Right, so that's all gonna be.
so your first check,
sick
you're,
leave.
yeah. So we're gonna have to correct your sick leave or whatever you wanna use for that first pay period regardless. But if you're off an extensive amount of time, then whether you wanna use your sick leave or correct it however you wanna, or only take your 63% or however you wanna use the rest of it, if you just wanna keep the work comp check and we correct it on the payroll side from then on out, I mean, that's up to you. But either way, if we're gonna pay you on the county side, then you have to bring that other check in, because you can't take the 63% from work comp and collect off the county side as well.
So just as somebody who's dealt with soldiers, not employees, but soldiers, I know when we would send a soldier a check, we'd pay them and then send them a check, or they could send a check from somewhere else. So say if the Army paid them and the state wanted to pay them, they cash that second check. I mean, 90% of the time.
Somebody's gonna catch that check, man.
Yeah.
But the
But
way
you
it's been
can't.
working here forever is that you return the check.
Yeah.
The guys, anybody that's
I've
dealt
never had an
workers'
issue
comp
with
knows the
anybody
check
not
is
bringing it
returned.
in.
What's that?
I've never had an issue with anybody not bringing it in.
So we made up the difference.
So they just got.
Everybody's always brought it. I've never, yeah.
They had to surrender that 63%.
How's that work out getting taxed?
I would
They
think,
wrote that.
Because those
handbook.
work comp checks aren't taxed, but if you got paid to the county, you're gonna be taxed.
So when that handbook came out,
If-
it stopped it.
And I don't know, and I was gonna ask Tranfine, so workman's compensation benefits are not taxed, you're saying?
Right.
Are you
Well,
sure about that?
It, and I don't know,
Wasn't
or
I
I'm
think
just,
that's all
does,
they said.
does it make a difference to you whether they say, just pay us 37% and we're gonna keep this check?
And
As long
it
as you know
doesn't
it in
matter,
time.
as long as I know it in time
Well,
to where we
I-
can correct the payroll on our side, I don't care.
I guess there would be two things to look at. Now, I would think we'd wanna know that immediately if Judy calls and said, you know, John Doe was injured, you know, and he's gonna be off, or Angie, whoever it is, you know, we would know that they're gonna get 3 days, and then maybe we'll reinstate that. But, if it's not taxable, and you use the work comp check, that would not be taxable. If you turn it in to the county, then you would get everything, let's say you're gonna get $100, to make it easy for me. So anyway, that means you're gonna get a check from work comp for $63, it's not taxable. The county writes you a check for $37, you pay taxes on the $37. But if you bring the work comp check to the county, then you're gonna pay taxes on $100.
Right.
Is that what the point you're making?
Yeah.
Okay.
So why would a person wanna turn in their work comp check?
Yeah.
Well, and that's
I mean,
the
especially-
reason I'm asking, and and I'm not saying
Right.
Doug's wrong, I did not know, I was gonna ask that in a few minutes if it was taxable.
As far as payroll tax?
Yeah,
or
but
anything?
I would think
It's
if,
not
if you don't have to, it would be,
Workers' comp is not.
it's not, it's a little unwieldy to be turning checks in, although it's a little more unwieldy if you pay them and they don't turn them in. So, we need sort of a process, a standard.
Yeah, well, and you also have benefits that come out every pay period as well, that you still have to pay regardless.
Right.
So,
They'd
I
have to pay
mean,
that, they'd be backed up on paying that, right? I mean, if they were off for a long time, they would still have to pay that
still have
back.
your benefits that still have to be paid every pay period.
They're gonna come out better if they turn that check in with the benefits, if the benefits from the
Yeah.
county all stay the same.
And
Employee
we're really
will
not
come out
losing
better.
anything, cause they would have to pay taxes on that anyway.
Right.
Well, you're paying some taxes on it, but you're still getting the employer
Right.
extra
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. Well, and you would get that way it would,
It's gonna be hard to
yeah,
explain that to a person, though.
It would go in when they figure your IFRS, you know, they said, well, you earned so much this year. If you take 63% out of a month, then that, yeah, you would have less wages to be counted in your IFRS. So, yeah, it would be, beneficial, I would think, to, you're gonna end up
Be
paying
beneficial
taxes.
to turn the check in.
Yeah, you'd be better to turn the check in.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get that through to people, though, how that's a benefit. They're gonna not it's hard to understand.
Well, I mean, it's either they're gonna pay it
They're gonna pay it now,
now, or
or
they're
they're
gonna pay
gonna
for the
pay it-
cheeseburger later, but I mean, I don't
Exactly.
think most people wanna have to deal with that. I think they'd just rather have it.
If we've done this forever where they turn that check in.
That's how
pretty-
we've always done it.
Should pretty much
I'm
have
sorry,
a
is it
process down how it's
66% or
done.
63?
3.
That's
Yeah.
because they got 100% pay and it just stayed on the books as regular pay, it just went through,
Yeah,
their pay just continued unchanged.
Don't
And
I-
then they just turned in that workers' comp check. And that is all changed now with them having to use sick leave or vacation or comp time. So it's a little bit more complicated.
So if
The
they,
problem is if somebody doesn't have sick time.
right.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
If somebody doesn't have sick time, that becomes a problem.
It does.
Well, it just means that they're not gonna get, that they're just gonna be stuck with, workers' comp money. That's it.
Well, I know,
On a
but
work-
that's not how it's been in the past.
on a work injury,
Yeah.
that's not gonna make sense to them. Doesn't make sense to me.
Policy.
It's, I
Now.
mean,
They
Well,
don't get hurt?
Well, no, I mean, they're saying they will get reimbursed through work comp.
63%.
It's just delayed. Well,
But
So
they aren't
they
paying
don't
tax
have
on
sick
that,
waivers
they aren't paying
anywhere.
tax
I mean,
on
it's
that
not.
63%.
Yeah, you just get the
And you don't have
63%.
some of the expenses is the reasoning behind that, you know, that's how work comp works.
I mean, because if you look at the jail,
Right.
that, you got crazy people out there, some are just, I mean, they're just, I shouldn't use the word crazy, should I?
I lied, it's 66%.
yeah, I mean, it's-
Sometimes I.
Straighten her out, Patty.
You got that number?
There's a few out
Doug's
there.
gonna beat me
I
later,
don't want-
dang it.
Both, I think.
But I mean, the chance of that happening, I mean, it's, or even like deputies,
Well,
with the clientele that they deal with,
Nori, that's where,
They don't get paid.
that's where work comp rates come from. They look at different, occupations, and they say, this occupation pays a certain percentage of the salary, this occupation pays a certain.
I'll look that up to see if we're even even if we're in compliance at that 63% rate. That might be all that our insurance actually covers.
And I wanna say it's 66.
right.
Or 66.
Maybe it's 66.
Okay.
I had, the highest rate broker erection company ever paid was 110 or 20%. Which was, if they worked in Illinois, say somebody got $10 an hour, it cost $11 or $12 an hour for workers' compensation alone.
I still like to see uniformity, though. I just think that makes everything messy. You know, when people can do stuff however they want to, I like to have a standard protocol, you know, and let's roll with
I
it. So
think it'd be
everybody
easier.
knows and we can keep it
Oh,
all the
it's
same.
way easier,
Just to keep it standard.
yeah.
Well,
I mean-
and I agree, people, you know, that's been a county thing, you turn in checks for the way, that'd be a lot easier leaving it that way than trying to change it and have, I could see where that would be a deal.
You can't get work comp to just pay the county.
What?
After you've proven that you've paid via payroll, the
Yeah, that would be the
employee, you
simple
can't just get
solution.
work comp to reimburse the county.
Have the
Or
check
the
come to
employee.
the county instead of the employee.
And can't you do that? I remember they used to do that. There used to be an option back in the eighties.
Or is it
That's-
gets written
Well,
out
the
to
check
them?
is
That
written
would,
out to
that would have,
employee.
you would have to.
track the employee down.
Work,
I have to ask
workman's
Angie that.
compensation, all insurance is a highly regulated industry.
Yeah.
You'd have to go through the Iowa Industrial or Iowa Insurance Commission. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, I don't have any idea. I'm sure they would have some input on that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be a lot easier if the work comp check, like for the city, that's how, like, we had Alan out for, gosh, a long time once, and we got reimbursed. So we just paid him like normal, and the check just came, you know, to sue, it just went through the, you know. So at least that, less than 30 years ago, I mean, that's like 5, 6 years ago.
Well, and she brings me checks over, but they're wrote out to the employee, and they just sign off on them.
Interesting. Okay.
I don't know if that's the way the insurance company just has to do them, or,
And I truly don't know.
I mean, is it kind of like an Aflac type, who's our?
they're West, it's from West Bend.
Which work comp, it's, you know, that's legally, a legal requirement that all employees.
But I'm sure
employers
that
have
the
to-
insurance company just has to make them out to the employee because that's who the lost payee is.
Yeah.
Provide workman's compensation for all employees.
Okay.
It's and there's state regulated rates per classification.
Okay.
So, we're not gonna bury this today.
No.
Obviously, yeah, we need some more information and see how we're gonna be able to standardize this and what workers' comp's what they have to say.
We pretty, it's standardized
It's
now, I
pretty-
guess the only
yeah.
thing here is that if you don't have that much sick leave,
Mhm.
You're
you
just
don't
gonna-
get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
What about like a temporary or part-time employee, like my interns? So if I get an intern that gets hurt, they're gonna have to sit, wait for the workman's comp, cause it takes several weeks
Yep.
for the workman's comp check, so they just not get paid, and then when they do, when the
Well,
check
they'll
does
get their
finally show
60s,
up-
they'll get their 66%, and then, other than that,
Well, they're gonna get their pay that they were working when they were working, but I mean, while they're off, you mean, wait,
They're gonna get regular pay? 'Cause they don't
yeah,
have-
so you
they
just
don't
need to
have leave
communicate
pay.
with me and let me know when their day of loss is, and let me know that, so that way we know through payroll when to stop their percentage. And then Angie communicates with us also to let us know when their loss is as well, but we need to know when to cut their pay. Because we don't know if we aren't told. And
you
then,
have full-time volunteers or part-time?
Full-time interns, like three.
Full-time intern? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
three full-time
all right.
positions, yeah, but they're full-time. And so
But I mean, I can't-
so they'll be off work, they'll collect a paycheck at 66%,
mhm,
and then when the work comp check shows up.
then
they
we
get
need
it,
those back.
They endorse it,
It's-
give it back to the
yeah.
county.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought it was 63%.
It's 66.
It is 66? Okay.
Oh.
Sorry.
That's it.
Anybody got any other questions, or? Let's get it out while we're here.
I can see it incentivizing people trying to come to work injured, if that's how that's going to be. Or the other side of it is they'll try to claim it not as work comp and just take it as insurance.
Well, part of the reason is it's both ways.
It goes,
If you're
yeah.
getting 100% pay, you're not incentivized to come back to work.
Right.
That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
And supposedly you save, or you don't have to buy gas going to work, maybe whatever your expenses might be. But that's where, so yeah. And it's supposed to incentivize people to come back to work.
Yeah.
And
I
then you've got a
appreciate
doctor or something that says, you know, I won't release you for work, you know, for another week or until this changes or that heals.
So is this where that, like, Aflac supplemental stuff comes in, where you can start claiming against that?
I truly don't know how Aflac works, that's an individual pays for that. You know, Aflac and, like, see the duck commercials, they said, you know, if you get hurt or something like that, then, you know, and I assume part of that is if you're out fishing, you know, and you break your arm, then it covers you that.
Sure.
And I don't know, maybe it picks up the difference for work, I truly don't know how it works. They used to come here, do they anymore?
Yep.
Aflac, so that there's an option to buy that?
Yes.
Is it an option? Is it okay? Okay.
They don't go to all the departments, no.
It will if you
They
ask them
do,
to.
yeah.
Have they been out to you
They
guys?
kind of shortened doing it because every time that he would call and ask, everybody was like, I don't want him to come out here. Like, they shied away from it. So, but I mean, if you call him and say, come on out, he will.
I think that with Aflac, cause you have to have accident insurance through Aflac for that
Yeah.
to work. 'Cause I had
EBS
that at
offers
one point,
short-term
used it,
disability as well.
And then they
It's-
pay you, whatever
Yeah.
your policy is.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know much more about it than the doc.
So just to
They're more
recap real
aggressive.
quick, are we having them bring the check back, bring it in, kinda like we
Yeah.
were? Just
Yep.
explain to them that it's gonna be,
Coming.
And
you have to
Angie's
use some
pretty,
sick time to get 100%. Are we giving them an option of that, or is it gonna be automatically 100% we take the sick time?
so if they only wanna keep their 66%, then, I
Fine.
mean, they don't have to use their sick time if they only want 66% pay, but if they want their full pay, then they have to use their sick time as well, but that's up to them.
And we need it in writing.
But yeah.
It's very important that we're
Everything's in
notified
writing.
in writing. That's in
Can
the
we
handbook.
get, can we have like a form?
Yeah.
We can create something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think you should add it to the personnel action, it's a pretty small form.
Yeah,
There's room on it.
we could. We could, really, we could. I mean, there's
Take one
options.
form, personnel
One
action.
form, yeah. There's enough stuff going on, let me tell you. So. But yeah, communication is huge. We have several employees to look after over several departments, so the more communication is fantastic. We appreciate it.
Any other concerns or questions? Good. Get it off your chest, let the big dog eat. Okay. Well, obviously, we're gonna have to, we'll have to come back again just to make sure we got all the i's dotted and the t's, yes.
I have a question, I might have missed this. If you opt to only take the 66%, then do you pay the percentage for your health insurance? Like, I would need to bring a check, say it was me, for that percentage, right, to cover
Yep.
that amount
You
of
still have
that
to pay your health insurance and everything.
Okay.
But how has that worked in the past if they didn't? Would it would just come out of their check when they came back to work? And a couple of.
They got 100%
No, they got
pay
100% before,
They just got regular pay while they were off.
Oh, wow.
and the
So,
county got reimbursed
they
the
re-
66%.
And the county covered that, wow.
They signed over the check and everything just went on.
Seemed easy.
It does compared to this,
Yes.
It doesn't sound so easy.
but this is the way it is, I guess.
Times are changing, everybody, and I'll tell you, some changes are good and some are bad. I know when you hear stuff like that, it doesn't make anybody feel good, but, the world's changing, and some things we'll just have to get used to, but, we're all on the same team, don't ever forget that. We're all working toward the same goal. Somebody throwing anything at me yet, Tom?
I just listened to the big dog eat.
Because otherwise, I suppose the rationale is, if somebody didn't have sick leave, got paid, or didn't have to use sick leave, got paid 100% work comp for a period of time until they're ready, or say that's until they're done working, they could have up to 3, 4, however many months of sick leave you're able to accrue at the tail end.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're saying, is they get paid that 66% unless they wanna use the sick leave. Cause otherwise, say somebody, I mean, they would just never use their sick leave. I mean, I get that.
Any other questions? Brooke?
No, good.
Jim, Tom, anything in closing?
I'm good.
He said the big dog just ate, so he's satisfied. All right, guys, we're gonna come to a resolve. We'll get it all squared away. Hang in there, keep your heads up, don't get hurt. Where's Angie Vaughn? Did she leave already?
She did.
All right.
Have a great day.
I've not been through my bills yet.
Let's hear about it.